Welcome to class today. My name is Randy. Today we're going to be doing a much requested class. That is an intro to yoga class or a beginner's class. I'm going to teach you how to modify yoga poses so that they feel more accessible to you and your body when you come across them in a yoga class. So you'll need 2 blocks and a strap. If you don't have a strap, that's okay. Go ahead and grab anything that is strap-like. That can be a long scarf. I used to use a camera strap. So pause me and go grab those things now. Are you back? Okay, now that you're back, let's go ahead and get started. One of the things I love about modifying, we're gonna start in child's pose today. So toes together, and then you're gonna sink your hips back towards your heels. If this does not feel accessible to you yet, you can place the block under your hips on any level and sink your hips back to the block, okay? And then reach your arms forward. Forehead to the floor. And we're just going to be here in this moment and breathe and get steady on our mat. One of the things I loved about being able to modify my practice and learning how to modify my practice when I started is I felt like I was ready strength-wise to move into more advanced movements. But the depth in my stretching and my mobility wasn't there yet. And being able to modify really helped me be able to take some of those classes because I then knew how to modify until I was ready to not. All right, pull forward. Onto your hands and knees, place your block to the top of the mat. Hands come beneath your shoulders. We're going to do a few cat-cows here. Tilt the tailbone up towards the sky, drop the belly, pull the chest through the arms. Exhale, dome the back, spread the shoulder blades apart, tuck the tailbone, navel towards spine, head drops. Go ahead and take these at your own pace, inhaling when you come through the arms, exhaling when you dome the back. Inhale. Let the air fill your chest. Exhale. Take some barrel rolls and some side stretches if that feels good in your body. And if you don't know what those are, you're just moving your chest from side to side, kind of in a circle movement. So you move your chest through the middle like we had before, and then move the side body over to the left, spine up, and then through the right side body as you curve out towards the right. So you're making circles with your chest. Good. Flip the toes. Tailbone up towards the sky, down dog. We're going to pedal out our feet, sink the left heel and then the right, ground down into the heels of the hands. Drop the head. One way you can customize this down dog movement is you can ski your heels towards the right and you have this arc in your left side body, and that feels like a really nice stretch in your left side body. And then of course you do the other side. Ski your heels to the left, feel this arch in your right side body, hips tug back towards the left. And then come through center. Pop up onto the balls of your feet. From the base of your spine, you're going to feel the movement start to ripple you forward until you're in plank and your shoulders are above your wrists. And bend your knees, tilt the tailbone up towards the sky, and slowly let the rest of the spine follow. One more of those. Pull the spine forward. Bend the knees, ripple it back. Good. Grab a block. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. Take your block with you. Walk, walk, walk. We're going to do a forward fold. Hands can be on the block. You can have both, or you can have your hands on one block. Nice long spine. Exhale. Modification is always bringing the floor up to you, or unless we're doing something with a strap. But for the blocks purposes, bringing the floor up for you so the depth isn't as inaccessible. Here in forward fold, you can always bend your knees as well, and then work your chest towards your thighs in this bent knee position, okay? And drop the head. It's not about having straight legs here. It's about feeling that stretch at the depth that feels right for your body, right? You could still feel the stretch without having locked out knees. And we want to be kind to our body and go to the spot that it's ready for. You don't want to pressure it. You don't want to push it before it's time. So bend your knees, guys, right? We get no brownie points for straight legs. It means literally nothing. Bend your legs. And for our halfway lift, we put our hands on our block, straighten our legs. Nice long spine. Good. Move your block over to the side. Walk your hands forward, down dog. When your teacher calls jump, step, hop to the front of the mat, these are your options. Bend the knees, jump your feet forward. Or we're not there yet. We're just gonna step right foot, step left foot. And now that we're here, halfway lift. Forward fold with your bent knees or straight legs if you're already there. Sweep your arms up, inhale. Exhale, hands to chest. Sweep your arms up, inhale. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Bend your knees, chest to thighs. Halfway lift. Use your block if you'd like. And then you're going to bring your hands to the floor, bend your knees if you need to get them there. Right foot back, left foot back. Oftentimes your teacher will say jump, step, hop to the back of the mat. Step is your option if you're new to this. So you're in plank. Options here, bring the knees to the floor. Chaturanga, bend the knees. Cobra, press your hands into the floor. Hips are on the ground. Chest up, shoulder blades together, down on the back. And then bring the chest back down. And either, however you're doing your plank, on your knees or your feet, push back up. Tuck the toes, down dog. We're going to do that 2 more times. These times are going to go quicker now that we've explained it. Jump, step, hop your feet to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold, bend the knees. Sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands to chest. Sweep the arms up. Hinge at the hips, forward fold. Again, bend your knees. Chest to thighs. Halfway lift. Use your block if you'd like. Hands to floor. Bend the knees to get there if you'd like. Feet to the back of the mat. Jump, step, hop. Plank, we're coming into chaturanga. So you're either going to drop your knees and do your chest to the floor, up to cobra. Come back down. However you want to get back into your push-up, go ahead, knees down or up, flip the toes, down dog. Last time, jump, step, hop your feet to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold, go ahead and bend the knees, chest to thighs. Sweep the arms up, inhale. Hands to chest, exhale. Sweep the arms up. Hinge at the hips, forward fold. Bend the knees if you need to, like to. Halfway lift. Hands to the floor, jump, step, hop your feet to the back of the mat. Chaturanga, however you like to take that. Knees down or up. Up dog or cobra. Up dog, your knees are going to be lifted off the floor. You're grounding into the tops of your feet. Triceps are wrapping back, shoulder blades together and down on the back. And down dog. Press into the heels of the hands. Drive your heels towards your mat. Again, knees do not need to be locked out here. Heels do not need to be on the floor. Sweep the right leg up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, right toes to the top of the mat. Lift up, crescent pose. So ground down into the right heel. Reach the arms up towards the sky. Bend the back leg. Lengthen the tailbone down. You should feel a nice stretch in your left thigh. Open up warrior two. So you're going to swivel your back foot so the knife edge of your foot is parallel with the back of the mat. Heel toe your right foot so that your heel is parallel-ish with the arch of your back foot. Reach your arms nice and wide, gaze over the fingertips. Tug back on the left hand a little bit. We can tend to go like this without knowing it. So tug back. Reverse warrior. Take that right hand, reach it up overhead, left hand walks down the back leg. Good. Grab your block. Okay, tall wise. Place it to the inside of the right foot. Side angle pose. You're going to reach your left arm up overhead. Block comes to the floor. Right hand is grounding onto the block. Again, this idea of bringing the floor up to us, up to our depth, capability. Maybe you bring it to the side, to the other side. Get a little deeper. And then you always have the option to go to the smallest side. And when you're ready, you eventually come down to hand on the floor. Another great option for side angle is going to be knee on the elbow. Straighten that front leg, coming into triangle pose. Keep your block handy. Reach the right arm forward and then bring your right hand to the block. Right hip tugging in towards the midline, left arm reaching up nice and high. You can gaze down at your block. If you don't have a block with you, you can always go to your shin in this pose. And then again with the levels. Go to a level that makes sense and feels good in your body. And this is triangle pose. Bend into the front foot. Take your block with you. We're coming up into warrior three. So hips are facing towards the floor. You've got both of your blocks, one under each hand. You're kicking through the back leg, grounding down through the front foot. Gaze at the floor under you. This front leg, that knee can be bent. You don't have to have it locked out. You're not dumping into your blocks here though. You're just using them to help you find stability. You're using your muscle, you're engaging your core. You're kicking back through that left leg. Left toes come to the back of the mat. Right or hands frame the front foot. Right foot meets left, down dog. Sweep the left leg up towards the sky. Left foot comes to the outside or the inside of the left hand. Lift on up by grounding into the front leg. Bend the back, reach the arms forward. Lengthen the tailbone down. Feel that nice stretch in your right thigh. Now that you're here, keeping that neutral pelvic bowl, try to push back through the right heel. Straighten that leg just a little bit more. Wrap the left hip in towards the midline. Wrap it back. You can always use your right thumb, put it in that left hip crease, left thumb, left hip crease, and encourage it back. Open up warrior two. Hips are going to be parallelish with the side of the mat. Adjust your feet as needed. Back foot, the edge of that back foot's going to be parallel-ish with the back of the mat. And then you're going to heel toe that front foot in a little bit. So you've got heel to arch alignment in your feet. Lengthen the tailbone down. Arms reach nice and wide. Go deeper into the front left leg. Reminder to tug back on that right hand a little bit. You feel your hips opening up here. Getting a little sensation. Grab the block, one of the blocks at the front of your mat, coming into, you could place it by the front foot, coming into reverse warrior. First, you're going to reach your left arm up overhead, trickle those back fingertips down the back leg. Cartwheel the left hand down to the block, side angle. Whichever level on that block feels good to you. Adjust as needed. Left hip comes in towards the midline. We're not J-loing our booty out here. Left hip in. Nice strong core. Arm reaches up. You can gaze up at the fingertips if you'd like. Lift up out of that and straighten the front leg. Left hand reaches forward, keeping the front leg long, and then place your left hand on the block. Triangle pose. Right arm is reaching up, left hand on your block, your shin. And breathe. Bend the front leg, heel toe the back foot in, coming into warrior three, block to the front of the mat. Ground down into the left leg and lift the right leg up. Kick back with the right foot, really energize it like you have a lightning bolt coming out of your right heel. You can have a bend in that front leg. Using the blocks for stability here, but not dumping into them and pouring all of our weight into them. We're just using them to keep us stable. Our muscles are doing the rest of the work. Right toes reach towards the back of the mat. Hands come to the floor. Feet to the back of the mat. Chaturanga, however you want to get there, knees down or up. Up dog or cobra. And down dog. Ground down into the heels of your hands, reaching your heels towards the floor. Hips up. Good. Sweep the right leg up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. Left foot or left knee comes down to the mat. Grab your strap. We have options here. So I'm going to have the left hand onto the floor. I'm bending my back leg in. And I'm reaching back with my right hand to grab my left foot, okay? And then I'm opening up my chest. If that doesn't work for you, you're gonna take your strap and you're gonna have a little loop at the end, okay? So tie a little loop. And then you're going to slip it over your back foot. And you're gonna grab your strap with your right hand. So you've got the strap over your left foot and strap in your left hand. And then you're just going to pull that foot in towards you. So you're kicking out with your foot and pulling in with your hand. And opening your chest to the right side of the mat. You can also open up that right hip by coming onto the knife edge of the right foot. You're not sickling your ankle here, you've got a flexed foot. And then we release. Hips back, straighten the front leg, left hip over left knee. Toes point in towards your face. Scissor the legs, so your right heel is digging into your mat and then pulling back towards your body, and your left knee is pulling towards the front of the mat. Nice long spine, inhale. And when you exhale, you see if you can go a little bit deeper. As always, that front knee can be bent. Good. Hands come to the inside of the right foot. Left hand on the floor. We're gonna straighten that back leg and then see if you can kick your left leg through that opening in the front. That's our fun little move of the day. Okay. So here we are, and then you're gonna bring your sole of your right foot to the inside of the left leg. Here we have a nice long spine. Left toe is pointing towards the face. Engaged leg. Exhale, you're going to fold forward, keeping your nice long spine towards your left toes. You don't have to grab the foot. It's not a requirement. You just fold to a spot that feels good for your body. Good. Roll onto your back body. Sole of the right foot onto the floor. Left foot reaches up overhead. Sometimes your teacher might tell you to grab your foot here. If that's not accessible to you, you grab behind your thigh, you grab behind your calf, or you take your strap, you loop it around your foot, and you hold on to the strap. Flex your foot. And feel that stretch. Release. Rock back onto your body, your booty. And we're gonna do pigeon with the front leg. So your right shin is gonna come parallelish with the front of the mat. You're gonna take the left leg, work it towards the back of the mat. Use your hands if you need to. In pigeon, you can bring your heel closer to your pelvic bone if you'd like. That's gonna be a bit less intense. Or you can bring your shin parallel with the top of the mat. You also have the option to use your block under your hip. And that might help you enjoy life a little bit more. And then you'll fold forward. You can use the other block to place your forehead on if you'd like. It's kind of nice, little relaxing touch. Paw your way back up. Right foot meets left. Sweep the left leg up towards the sky. Left foot to the front of the mat. Right foot comes down. We're going to use our strap here in our twisted lizard lunge. So you're going to bend the back leg, loop-de-doop the foot, grab with the left hand, and pull it in towards your body as you kick away from your body with your foot. Open up towards the left with your chest. Again, you can open up that left knee. Don't sickle the ankle. Flex the foot. And you're not sagging into your right arm here. You're activating, opening. Here we go. We're opening. Release. Unloop your foot. Work your hips back. Heel into the mat. Toes point towards the face. You can always, even if this is too deep, use your blocks. Bring the floor up to you. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Scissor the legs. Good. Blocks can come to the outsides of your mat. Bend into the front foot. Lift the knee. And then we're going to kick that right leg through the front opening. Bring your booty down to the floor. Sole of the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Nice long spine. Forward fold. You don't have to reach for the foot. We're just working towards some lengthening in our back, some release in our low back. You can use the block under your forehead if you'd like. So we're seeing the theme, right? Anytime that we need to, we bring that floor up to us, whether we're placing our hands on it, whether we're sitting on it, because there's a gap between the floor and our hip. We're using that block to bring the floor up to us in our forward fold. We can use it for stability and one leg balances with our hands on the block. Good. We are going into pigeon on our left leg. So work that right leg back. Adjust your feet as needed. Maybe you're using the block under your hip. Maybe not. It's entirely up to you. And then you're folding forward and you can bring the block to your forehead. And then we're using the strap in ways to where we don't have the flexibility in our back leg. We're using the strap to bring that closer to us instead of forcing our hand to reach it or it to reach our hand. And once you kind of understand that concept, you can use it with so many other poses. You can use it in transitions to help you find stability. Hands come to the floor. Left foot meets right. Down dog. Heels drive towards the floor. Come up onto the balls of your feet. You can jump, step, hop your feet to the front of the mat. Your toes are going to come behind the heels of your hands. Sink your hips down. Good. Lie down on your back. For a back bend today, instead of going into wheel, since this is an intro or beginner's class, something you can do instead of going into wheel would be to go into bridge. This is where you've got your feet onto the floor. You press your hips up. I like to clasp my hands under my sacrum, draw my shoulder blades together on the back, and then I like to send the bend up to my chest. You can also place a block under your sacrum and take supported bridge. And this is kind of nice because it gives your sacrum a little massage. And breathe. Run down into the heels if you're on the block and set the block off to the side. Let your knees come together, hands on your belly. Let your knees fall to the right. And then bring them through center, let them fall to the left. These are some little windshield wipers. Bring through center, let them fall to the right. Bring through center, let them fall to the left. Bring through center, let them rest on each other again. In all of my classes, I do try to offer variations and modifications of poses. It might slip my mind to say that modification. So just knowing it, having it in your back pocket so that you can whip these out during any class will be super, super helpful. And that was my goal with this class, to teach you how to modify your poses, because most of my classes, I will say, are foundational movements, okay? They're foundational poses, and as long as you know the modifications for those poses, most of those classes will be accessible to you. There are some that have maybe some trickier strength transitions, but those are just momentary, and the rest of the class is foundational movements. I'm just glad that you took the class today and that you are now equipped and able to modify your practice in a way that feels good for your body. Close your eyes down. Take a deep breath. Exhale through your mouth. I'm going to leave you guys here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know you have a zillion other ways that you could spend your time, so I appreciate that you spent some time on your mat with me today. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.